This is Irontrader. This is the last call of the day. Take a look here at Bitcoin, Ethereum, ETF, ETHU, gold, silver, crude oil, and natty gas. Okay, at the end of the video, the support and resistance levels are posted for crude and natural gas. This video is for information purposes only, not a recommendation to buy or sell stock about ETF. Please like, subscribe. Thanks for watching. Alrighty, here we have Bitcoin daily and weekly chart. Now, looking here, very, very nice today. Now, you can see here how we're holding this nice. 200-day, very, very nicely here. We had a nice good bottoming tail, and we're holding this level. This is going to be a very, very key level. Now, if you want to get a little bit more in-depth look at this, at Bitcoin and IBIT and BITI, I did a midday video there today. Just check it out. It's all sitting right there for you. Now, what we're really watching is the bottom of this candle right here. This is going to be very, very key. Okay, that's at that 107,680 level, and you can see how nicely it's held it here 3 times. Very, very nice. Okay, look at that. See, she's a beaut, Clark. Look at that. Nice. Okay, now what we're really looking for is right here is this 8-day. You can see we're right in the thick of it. Okay, 111,833. You got to get above that. And then we'll come up to the top of that candle at that 112,280 level. And then we're looking for the 100-day at 113,448. Now, today we made a nice high of 114,380. We were looking for the top of that candle at 114,40. So we went just above that, but we didn't quite make it to that 50-day. That's going to be very, very key. So what we're really watching is we're watching that 8-day, okay, all your key levels. And then we're going to be watching that 100-day at 113,448. And then we're going to watch that 50-day right there at 115. Flat, and then we got that 21-day right above it at 115,627 level. Now, if we can manage to blast above that, which I think we will, okay, we're going to come right on top of that candle, 116,515 level. Then we just march this bad boy right up here. You got 117 level. Then we have this 118,295 level. And then we march right up here at that 119 situation. We come to the bottom of that candle there. You're looking at that 120 level. We'll come up there at that 123,270. Then we'll always look to the left of the chart here at 123,615. And then we'll come on top of that candle there at 125,200. And then your big boy, 127,240 is your big retest. You crack that, you go 130, 135. Now, this was a really good start. We had this just huge sell-off. We started this off by liquidation of $1.5 billion in Bitcoin. Then there was $22 billion in options. People were selling it off. But again, look how nice the 200-day held. Never even got to that 50-day, which is, if it does, and it holds it, it was still in good shape. Okay, so this was really good trading today in the BITX. And now we're just sitting there watching that 8-day. That's going to be very, very key. Now, here on the downside, we're going to be watching this level right here. Watch this 110,295 level. Okay, if we lose that bad boy, we're going to come over here to this 109,470 level. Then we come to the bottom of this candle right there. You're looking at that 108,555. But realistically, we're looking at this 107,700 level. That's going to be very, very key. Just take it right off the bottom of that candle there. That's what I'm talking about. See, right there, that's what we're looking for. That has to hold. If not, we're going to go down and we're going to retest this 200-day at 103.64 and possibly the 50-day there at 129.68 level. Okay, so again, today, always watch the candles today. So when those futures open, that's what you're going to be trading against, okay? That high 114,380, the low 107,705, that's what we're trading against, okay? So we have like a big indecision candle, but so far this is looking really good. If we can get above that 8 and stay there, then we got a good shot at this bad boy moving up. Now, RSI, 45. That's not overbought or oversold. The green is below your red, but now you can see how it's going sideways here, nice. So I think we got to get a shot, but right now this is, again, trader's market. Okay, now weekly. All right, weekly. Well, we have your 8-day at 113,973. The 21-day 103.25. So the 8-day has not crossed over that 21-day, which is good. Okay, so this is what we're watching by Friday, 113.25, and we're watching that 113,973 level. We want to get back above that. If not, we're going to be retest this last week's candle, 103,745, and possibly that 102,968, that 50 simple moving average on the weekly. So give this a little time, but we have still a very, very bullish chart. Bottom left, upper right, series of higher highs, higher lows. Looking pretty good, pretty good, pretty good, okay? So patient with this one. This was a really nice trade. A lot of this on the short side, you can do BITI on a shorty. Today, I'm just reversing this because we put that bottoming candle. So until we lose that bottoming candle, I'm just trading this here on the long side situation. Unless we fall off the map, then, I don't have no opinion. I just jump on the old shorty. Okay, let's take a look here at Ethereum, ETF, ETHU. All right, here we have the old ETHU ETF. Okay, so you can see here how we have a nice big pop and drop, pretty much like the old Bitcoin. Okay, so what we're looking for on the downside, you want to hold that 113.57. That's key. We lose that, we come to yesterday's low, 111.08. We come down to today's low at that 106.93 level. Then we can have that retest down here at 99.45. We lose that, 92.04. That's your target. Okay, upside, we got to get back above that 8-day. Okay, the 8 days key, 116.41. We do that and come to today's high at 122.09 level. Okay, so if you just look right to the left of the chart, you had 122.86. Today, 122.09. That was your resistant level. Now, your next resistance is going to be right here, top of that candle, 126.49 level. Then we'll be looking for the old 21-day at 130. Okay, we get above that, we'll come right to the top of that candle right there, 133.31 level, and we can look to the bottom there. Look at 137.40 level. We look to the bottom there. 141.02, and then we're looking for 144.60. That is your 50 SMA here. Now, again, we had this big sell-off. We're holding on that bottom, so let's just see how this is going to be shake out. Now, again, not overbought, oversold at the bottom here. Very nice. That could curl up, and we take that bad boy higher. Now, so far here for the week, we're holding this 21-day. That's going to be key. You want to hold that by Friday, 113.78, and we want to hold at least that 50-day at 107.34. If not, we lose that, and we come right to the bottom of that candle at 99.45 level. Okay, so right now here, chart is not looking really too bad at all. We have not overbought, oversold, sitting right in the center. The green is below your red, but that can curl up here very, very nicely. Let's just see how this all kind of shakes out here. So again, just watch that 100-day. That's going to be key. If not, watch that retest 99.45. Upside, that 8 days, everything. We can crack above it. Your big target is the 21-day and your 50-day. All right, let's take a look here at gold and silver. All right, here we have gold and here we have silver. Now, we're holding that 8-day very, very nicely until kaboom. I took no trade today. Yesterday, I had a nice trade in GLD. But for me, I trade this every day. Okay, again, I know I say this every day, but I'm not a gold or silver trader. I always look at these as like a fear factor situation. And now, I mean, there's a lot of stuff there. You have the government shutdown, but if they get that solved, I think gold and silver are going to come off. Okay, you got that war still going on, which made no sense to me between Russia and Ukraine. I think the T-Man would have been in there and never even had a war. Okay, that's just a complete waste of money. Now you got to rebuild all this. Okay, you got nothing but smashed up buildings. I don't get it. Anyway, we get those issues solved. Okay, we get this tariff situation worked out. I think gold and silver come down, and I think the market goes higher. Okay. And look at crude oil. It's only up 31 cents. You're sitting down at 57. Gas, where I am right now, is sitting below 270 a gallon. How nice is that, hey? Nice. Okay, so what do we have here? We had this big-ass red candle, and we wiped out all these 3 days, okay? So we got this high today of that 43.93 level. We didn't make it to the retest of 43.98. So we're down here. I was looking for that 4,400 mark. It came pretty close. Then I said if it overshoots, you're going to go 44.20 and then work yourself up to that 4,500 mark. Didn't quite get there, okay? So on the downside, what we're watching is today's low, 40.93. Then we come down here to the top of this candle right there. You're looking at 40.38, and this is going to be the key level is this 40.13. We start losing this. We have support here, no question, but really your target is going to be that 50-day, going to be that possible, that 100 SMA here, okay? Now, upside, you got to retake that 8-day, that 42.09. You got to retake it. If you do, then we come down at 42.29. Then when you work yourself up to 43.46 and work yourself eventually back up to the 43.98. But I think a correction is long overdue. I mean, you're up in the 80s. I know I've been saying this for a while, and realistically, I've probably been wrong. Not really, because I've been trading it with the GLD, okay? But as long as you're holding that 8-day, it's sideways to up action, and that's basically what it's been doing, okay? But eventually, this always runs out. You cannot maintain this, and boom, down goes Frazier. So right now, I'm looking for this 21-day. We'll have to see how that shakes out, okay? Now, silver, kaboom. Now, yesterday was a really good trade in silver. It came down, went above the 8-day. I jumped in the SLV, and I jumped out at the end of the day. Today, you put in a lower high, and boom, look at it. You wiped everything right on out here. Now we're trying to hold this 21-day. That's going to be key, okay? 48.24, we lose that. We're going to come right to the bottom of today's candle at that 47.12. Next level, right there. Okay, you're looking at 45.71 level. Okay, then we can come over the top of this candle. You're looking at that 44.77, and then we're going to be right there at that 50-day at 43.73. Now, this has to get back and hold that 21-day, and then we have to start getting right back up to this level. Okay, you're looking at 48.75 level, come up there at 49.66. Look at the bottom of there at 50.08, and then right there, 50.58, that 8-day. You got to get back above that 8-day to go higher, but right now we're at that catch-all Let's see if it can catch it. If not, right here is your big target. It's going to be that 50 SMA. Now, this was way overbought situation. It's never going to last. And boom, lasted a lot longer than I thought it was going to be. But then she came right on down. But for me, again, I was just scalping SLV every day, just scalping it. Okay, not every day because a lot of these red candles, this actually something like this was a good scalp because it came down and then it rallied up. But you got to take profits. Get the hell out of it. Okay. Okay, if it goes higher, who gives a shit? We just buy it up higher, take it up another scalp, buy another scalp. Okay, that's the beauty of trading today. Okay, you can go in and out in 10 seconds. Nice. Okay, let's take a look here now at crude oil and natty gas. All right, here we have the old crude ski going here. Okay, nice. Now, you can see here we have, I'm long the SCO, and I got a stop loss in there. It never hit the stop loss. It got down to 1920. I have it in at 1890 level. I left it a little bit loose. That's worked out pretty good. However, I did scalp the UCO there today, and that was a good trade. Now, UCO got as low as 1935, and it got high as 2022 level. I got 50 cents out of it, so I was happy with that, and I got 5,000 shares. So that was a good scalp ski. And where did it go? I just traded it right into the 8-day, and I just, boom, sold it out. So if it's going to rally higher, I don't really care. I got my money, and I'm gone. But you can see how this 8-day, how downtrending. If you lose that, you go to that catch-all, okay? Works both ways, okay? And boom, that stopped it dead right then. It's shorts, and then came right on down. So now we have this indecision candle, okay? So upside, watch that 8-day, 58.01. Okay, next level right there is going to be 59.11. We'll work yourself up to there, to 59.82 level, and then we come to the bottom of that candle at 60.40, and then we're going to be looking for that 60.92 to 21 day. Obviously, we have the 50-day, 100-day, 200-day above that. 21 days is going to be everything. You got to get above that, but first you got to get above the 8-day in order to even to get there. Okay, now downside, we're looking at today's low here, 56.35 level, but this is the candle that you're looking at is that 55.96. That was yesterday's low. We lose that. You got right here, 55.30, but this is the big target, 55.12, and then we have to see what happens if and when it gets there. Okay, if it gets there and holds it, well, then we can take it right back up again. If it doesn't hold this, you can look for that 53, 50, 47, and all the way down to 43 level, very possible. Okay, now we look here. This is not overbought or oversold. This here, the green is below your red. This still has room to run, okay, on the downside. Okay, see where all the way on the bottom here? See this? This is oversold, okay? This is not oversold, okay? So again, trader's market. This is a beaut. Look how nice it is. But we're stair-stepping down. You can see that, and we have not found a bottom yet in the old crude ski. We just had a quick rally up, and boom, and down she went. API numbers today, 430. We'll see how that shakes out. All right, take a look at natty gas. Okay, natural gas was a really good trade, and it was kind of wet and wild today. Okay, because what it did is it rallied right on up, and then it went up higher than that 200-day. It looked like it was doing good, and then she came right on down. It looked like, oh man, this is going to go down, maybe retest that, and it never did. So I just jumped into UNG, okay, and then that always seemed to work out pretty good. But now we're hanging right in here, right at that 200-day. So got to watch that 200-day sitting right at that 346. Now get above that, then we'd be looking for today's high. You're looking at that 350 level, okay? And then we'll be looking right up here at the top of that candle at that 355, and then you retest that 358. Then we got to see what the reaction is once we get there. Now, downside, you want to watch today's low. That's going to be key. That's 335 level. We'll come down here at 331 level, and then we're going to be coming right here to this 100-day sitting right there at that 322. And then we have your 21-day sitting at 320. We have your 8-day, which is curling up nicely now at 313. And then we can come all the way down here to this 304 level, which is your 50-day. And then we have your gap fill at 302. Okay, so right now, I think very easy trade because we get above that 200-day here. Your next big target is going to be that 358. Okay, we crack above that. All we do is just go to the left of the chart here. You got 362. Okay, come up here. You got 384. Okay, 388. 390, 4 flat, 415. It's just that simple. But you got and get above this 200-day, and you have to close above that 358 in order to do that. Now, plenty of room to run here. You're only sitting at 61. That can go right on up here nicely. Now, it looks like this green wants to cross over your red, so this could be a really nice, good trade here to the upside. Okay, I used UNG for the long, KLD for the old short ski. Okay, works out very nicely. Now, the Dow is up about 273, S&P is up about 7, and then NASDAQ is at, it's pretty much flat at 17. So overall, the market really isn't anything. There really is nothing to show you there on the old charts as of right now. Okay, I'll be back tomorrow morning, and we'll do it all over again. Remember, API numbers should be out today at 4:30, and then the EIA report will be out tomorrow for crude at 10:30 a.m. All right, trade what's in front of you, not what you want.